Hey there, my name is Michael Ricks, praise and worship leader, artist, musician, songwriter. This podcast is something that I started to share different things and principles and tips that have become close to my heart in the way of worship. And I just want to kind of introduce myself. My name is Michael Ricks, and I'm originally from a small town in Ohio called Lima, Ohio, and it's about an hour and a half south of Toledo. Started out leading praise and worship at an early age at around 12, and started out leading worship for about 300 teens that were part of our worship in our youth group there way back in Indiana, where I originally grew up kind of as a kid, and then my family, being from Ohio, moved back to Ohio, and that's how I ended up growing up and finishing high school in Lima, Ohio. And after graduating from high school, began to lead worship and do music at Cornerstone Harvest Church there in Lima. And then after 10 years of that, in 2009, moved to Nashville. And so my desire and my heart here with starting this podcast is to kind of just share worship songs, kind of follow the newest and the best worship songs that are kind of hitting the forefront, and help you guys hear those songs, but also to share ideas and tips and things that helped me over the years bring out praise and worship and share that. A little bit more about my background as being here in Nashville the last 4 years. I've sung with everyone from like Susan Ashton to Scott Wesley Brown to Jason Ingram to relatively new artist to the scene, Phil King. Look for this guy, he's amazing. A lot of people compare him to Johnny Lang. This cat is amazing. But anyway, I got to sing on his latest album, How Much He Loves. Many of you are probably hearing that song on radio called How Much He Loves. By the way, you're hearing in the background a little bit of a waterfall, and I can hear some road noise from various cars driving by, but I'm kind of in a courtyard outside. But anyway, Phil King's new project, How Much He Loves. I was blessed to sing on that project, and you'll hear that single out on the radio right now, How Much He Loves. Look for that. But those are some of the people I've worked with. I've gotten to work with Phil Driscoll, Billy Smiley, Israel Houghton. Just been out there. For those of you who don't know, Billy Smiley was one of the guitarists in the group Whiteheart. But anyway, making less of that stuff, more or less, that's just a little bit of history about me and where I've come from. Right now I'm working on some music and just writing a lot of worship songs. I believe God is really taking the church back to worship, even in a greater way, even though, groups like Hillsong and City Point out of Australia and Generations Church out of Colorado, and so many of these artists we've been doing worship music for a long time, but you're seeing more and more artists cut worship albums, and I just believe it's going back to the heart of worship and going back to Him in a way that maybe we haven't done up to this point. But anyway, you can visit my YouTube at youtube.com/Michael J. Ricks, R-I-C-K-S. And you can also visit my Facebook, facebook.com/Michael J. Ricks, R-I-C-K-S again for my last name. And check out my iTunes EP, Power and Glory, a lot of original worship songs there in my EP, about 7-8 songs there. And I look forward to serving you all, sharing different concepts and tips, things that I really believe that are standing out in the way that we do worship and in the way that we lead our congregations and draw people to the heart of God. And my name is Michael Ricks again, and it's a treasure to share and to communicate with you all here on this podcast, Top Best New Worship Songs. And we just look forward to communicating and talking even more. And God bless you all. We'll talk again soon.